Hello and welcome back to Paris again. We're here for the second time this summer, and this is because we're about to travel with Busabout, which is a hop-on, hop-off bus service that runs all over Europe. And Paris is our first stop. We're going to be spending a few days here, and today we are going to show you what the perfect day in Paris looks like. The best way to get around Paris is by metro, so we bought a ticket, hopped aboard, and went in search of a delicious French breakfast.
Surprise, surprise, our first order of business for the day is getting food. And a friend recommended a really cool local French patisserie, which is a French bakery, so we're off to try to find that. When in Paris, you just have to do as the French do and stock up on sweet pastries. Since we have a bit of a sweet tooth, this proved to be no problem at all.
Alright, so we went to La Maison du Choux, we got our little choux, and now it is time to try these tiny little pastries. So first bite. That's really nice. So it's a light, fluffy pastry, a little moist in the inside, and it's also filled with cream, and it's delicious. This one is praline flavored. So next up we are going to visit one of the cutest streets in all of Paris. This is called Rue Crémieux, and it is lined with colorful little buildings. They're painted in pink, lavender, teal, and there's lots of flowers everywhere, and it's just really pretty. So we're going to take a walk down here. Rue Crémieux is as dreamy as it appears on Instagram and Pinterest boards. It's a quiet little lane tucked away from the busy streets, and we enjoyed snapping a few photos and playing with the local pups who call this place home.
Hello? Hello. Oh, so sweet. Yes, you are so sweet. Look at you.
We continued our Paris outing with a long walk along the banks of the Seine, where some people were working on their cans and others were enjoying sightseeing tours by boat. We then arrived at Notre Dame. The lines to visit the interior of the church are always long in the summertime, but thankfully the views from the outside are just as impressive.
Then not too far from the church, we came across Shakespeare & Company, which is one of the best known bookstores in the city. They sell a mix of vintage and used books outside, and you can also browse new titles if you go in. We tend to stick to travel literature most of the time, but we ended up picking up a philosophy book just to try something different.
Not a bad view over there behind me.
And it wouldn't be a proper visit back to Paris without visiting the Eiffel Tower next to me. So that's what we're doing right now. We're just hanging out at the park. I'm gonna enjoy my new book that I bought at Shakespeare & Company, and Sam's going to cool down with a drink.
There were lots of people just hanging out in the park, laughing with friends and soaking in the sunshine.
With that, we headed back to our neighborhood along Bassin de la Villette, where locals and tourists like to congregate in the evenings. The canal is lined with little cafes, but people also pack their own picnics and set up on the waterfront. And just like that, it was time to say goodbye to Paris. Next up, onwards to Bruges.